Well, good morning. Buongiorno. Welcome to day 14 of my Taken Healthy Back Italy tour experience. So as you all know, I've been working really hard, physically really hard, and that's cool, not complaining. It's been a long time since I've done it. And I really needed to get moving again because life is movement. And functional fitness is doing gardening, sweeping, cutting things, mowing the lawn, weeding, all these things that farmers and, in the days of yore, that's what people did, walking. I walked to town yesterday, 5 miles. Didn't know it was 5 miles. And in my journey, I saw, your typical Italian woman with a little babushka on. She had a gray coat. She had, like a skirt that went just below her knees. She had these thick stockings on and these shoes that were not sneakers, if you will. And she was walking just very slowly. She had a bag in her hand. Obviously, she had just come from town. She had a cane or a walking stick, and she was walking really slowly. And here I was in my head, walking really fast. There's no sidewalks, very little edge on the road with these cars that drive like NASCAR drivers. And I'm clipping along because I just want to get to my destination. And I come across this woman, and here's the thing about attenzione for life in general is she made me stop and think, like, what the heck are you rushing for, Maria? There's no timetable. I just wanted to get to town because I was hungry. I had an orange all day, that was all. And I was looking forward to some pane, bread. And I didn't know the walk was going to be so long. And my typical mile is 15 minutes. So you do the math. It took me over an hour to get there. And then I see this woman. And I slowed my pace after that. I'm like, if she could walk however far she walked, and I'm sure it wasn't close that she walked, and she was just walking very slowly, mindfully. Her face was all worn, it was leathered, but she was beautiful. And it made me slow my pace, reevaluate, what I was feeling in my body, which is extreme discomfort to the tips of my fingertips, to my ankles, my shins, my lower back, my butt, my legs, my knees, the whole thing. And in my mind, I was thinking very heavily not to complain to myself or to anyone else. And then I kind of got stuck in town, and it was beautiful because in this cafe, which I had 2 cappuccinos, for I think they're like $2 a piece, still blowing me away. I could have had, I had 2 for the price of 1 at a Starbucks. And translating through Google Translate, and I couldn't get back. I was not going to make the trek back. And like I said in some other videos, the men just love to gather, sit, and talk. And they heard me communicating with the cafe owner, and he was helping me. He told me the bus didn't come for another hour, and I was willing to take the bus back, but I was also nervous because I was thinking, what if I don't get off at the right spot? What if I end up in a town and then I got to take the bus back, or, whatever. So all these things were going through my mind, And then he said, well, if I see a friend, I'll ask him if he can accompany you home, or AKA give me a ride. And I said, oh, that would be awesome. Please, I would love that. I would appreciate that. And he did. He found a guy, Tony, and his girlfriend, Maria. And his car was broken, and he spoke a little English, so it was cool. We could communicate without Google Translate. And then he found a friend, Paulo, who had a car. We all got in the car, Tony, Paulo, Maria, and me, and they took me back here. It was quite the scene, but I was so appreciative because all these men, and they were all talking in Italian, looking at me, laughing, you know, whatever they were doing. I just wanted to get back. I was so sore and uncomfortable, and I was so grateful to these people who rallied around me. And then Giorgio got mad at me because I got a ride home, that I had no right having those people give me a ride home. And I said, what are you talking about? The bus wasn't for another hour and 15 minutes. I didn't want to wait. So whatever, you know, he threw his arms up. I don't know. I don't know what the cultural thing is or whatever. But what I wanted to do briefly today is just show you what I do when I'm not feeling comfortable in my body. And everyone thinks that, you know, if you're sore, rest, put your legs up or whatever. But the fact is that when you are sore, you need to move more, because if you sit still, then things pool and inflammation, you know, becomes a reality, and then you want to move less after that. So the thing to do is move more. I'm going to do something, and I know it ain't going to be pretty, but I'm just going to show you some of the things that I do when I need to move more, and some of the things I do that I'd love to share with you. So I do have a tripod today, and you know, if you guys love my shirt, look at how cute it is. It kind of goes down a little bit in the back. So if you're one of those people who feels like you have to cover your booty a little bit, this is a great shirt. Next time I make this shirt, I'm going to make Wellness Seeker a little bit bigger and maybe down a little lower. If you have any suggestions for t-shirts, let me know. And I have this great online t-shirt shop that if you guys want to support not just me, but humanity in general for taking healthy back, don't you think that we need that in this world right now? Anyway, as I digress, I don't know if you'll be able to see me. I want you to, okay, can you see me? Can you see me? Okay, I just want you to see that I took my shoes off. I can't see this. I'm sure you could see it. I'm telling you, I took my shoes off. And the reason why we take our shoes off when we go outside is, well, let me do this in the camera before I go over there, is the earth has frequencies, and the frequencies of the earth are called solfeggio frequencies. And when people talk about getting grounded, what that means is grounding is you and the earth coming into coherence, where you're, you know, like a computer, where you're syncing one device to another device. So look at your body as a device and the earth another device. You want to synchronize our two bodies, your body with the earth, solfeggio frequencies. You can also look up on YouTube and listen to music that has solfeggio frequencies in it. Some of it's fun to listen to, some of it's kind of eerie. So, you know, pick the thing that makes you feel good. And the other thing is, when you get up in the morning, even if it's cold, open the door, get your head outside. You know, the sun is shining even when it's not shining. It's shining in the behind the clouds. The best thing for our body, and you can look on YouTube, Dr. Huberman talks about getting the sun early in the morning, getting it in your eyes. Certified Health Nut, Tommy John, Cassie Huckabee. These are all people I follow on Instagram. They talk about the morning sun. You know, the sun isn't there just to keep us warm or to be beautiful or to let plants grow. The sun does to us what it does to all the other living beings. It goes into our eyes, it goes into our skin. The infrared light of the sun is what is healing us, and it goes into our body, it goes into our bloodstream, and it kills virus, bacteria, purifies our blood, does so much. Look up what the sun does for you. I'm just giving you a snippet of the benefits of the sun, an early morning sun, and get about 20 to 30 minutes. So I've already been out here for a while and have gotten my quota, but you know, you can't get too much. Okay, so these are the kind of movements that I do, and I know this video is getting long, so I'll wrap it up soon. The kind of movements I do when I have lower back issues or my hamstrings feel tight, and just any kind of movement, you guys. Doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be in a gym. I just throw my arms, you know, do it however you feel. You know, you start getting in a rhythm with yourself. Squat down, punch, rotate your body. There's something called the Zen swing. Just, you can do this for 20 minutes. You have no idea how much good it's doing. It's getting the blood pumping. Right now my lower back is screaming a little bit, so I'll do some movements like this. I'm grounding with my bare feet. I'm getting sun in my eyes, getting things circulated. You know, anyway, just move. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be pretty. You know, exercise is about getting you to look aesthetic. Movement prepares you for life. So just however you feel, you know, do some stretching, bend like a tree. I'm listening to the birds, you know, hear the chickens. Hug yourself. And that's it, guys. I'm going to do a little bit more of this, but I'm going to let you go because this video has gotten way too long and I want you to watch them. So I'm going to try and keep them short. That's my video vlog for today, you guys. Have a great day. Get outside, get moving, breathe the air, and get yourself barefoot and ground yourself to the earth. That is our home. Peace until next time.